What's up? What's up? What's up? You get with this, or you get with that. You get with this, cause this is where it's at. What's up? What? Ron, the Truth Killings, has respawned, is reborn, I was about to say rebirth, that's kind of wild. Has returned to the WWE. Boy, I got some thoughts on that. But let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's start all the way from the beginning of Money in the Bank. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Let me just say, everyone's look good, especially Mother Naomi, which she had this dope ass outfit on with money jacket with the attire, but still had the glow in the dark shoes on. I'm like, yo, forget can Big Jim fight. Can he fight a bullet, nigga? Let me chill. I don't mess up black love. I know only one side is black, but hey, if either side is black, I consider that black love. We ain't doing that. Now if he was white, so let me chill. Relax. So I know some of y'all might be sensitive. I got people in the MVP talking about how Triple H treats black people video. Some of them are being very Ralph Transvent sensitive right now. Relax. One guy in there talking about black fatigue. I'm so tired of y'all. So tired of y'all niggas talking about, racism, black fatigue. I'm like, who else had black fatigue? Your mother. After long piping. Shut the fuck. No, man, let me chill. But yeah, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match started off the night. It was cool. It was dope. Wasn't the best women's ladder match. I think the problem this match had and the men's ladder match had was that you could tell it was taking too long to set up spots because there was only 2 or 3 people in the ring at a time. It felt a little bit too choreographed at time. But even with that being said, because this is truly a battle of new era versus old era or a mixture of that, we got to see some matchups. We got to see Julia and Roxanne work together. We got to see Rhea versus Stephanie Vaquer. We got to see Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez. We got to see certain things that I thought were really, really dope. Stephanie Vaquer did a dope spot on Rhea Ripley where the ladder was bridged and she did the, I don't know what you call it, Devil's Kiss, I think. She did the move on the ladder. I think that was really, 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 really dope. But yeah, I thought it's a very solid ladder match. But in the end, I didn't really care what happened as long as the right person won, and the right person did win, and that was now your new Miss Money in the Bank bitch. And Naomi, you feel me? And I knew, and I said it in my predictions, and I knew it was going to happen. As soon as she got the briefcase, the whole entire crowd got up on their feet and applauded Naomi because, look, man, we've been here. A lot of us has been here since day one, man. We was here when she was a Funkadactyl. We was here when she was on Team Bad. We was here when she was trying to figure it out on SmackDown, became her own person, and won the SmackDown Women's Championship. We was here when she left with Sasha Banks, which is now, it's crazy to think that there is a world where potentially Mercedes Moné and Naomi could be world champions of their 2 biggest promotions in wrestling. When 3 years ago, them two stood on business. They stood 10 toes down and said, we're not going to take what you're giving us, Vince, or creative. We're not going to take it. You gave us these tag team titles and you're not doing anything with us. We want more. And yeah, we took our ball and went home because we care about our careers, because clearly you don't. And they bet on themselves. Naomi went to TNA route. Mercedes Moné went the New Japan route, and then eventually AEW route. And both have recreated themselves in certain ways, and now are the 2 biggest stars in women's wrestling, in all of professional wrestling. And especially most recently with Naomi completely recreating herself with the whole Proceed with Caution persona. It's amazing to see, man. And Big E even said, a shout out to Big E, who made Naomi almost cry on the post show, like, we've been here since day one. Like, we know your struggle. We know everything. We don't even know half of what you've been through, but we know you've been through it. And you persevered, and now potentially, hopefully, fingers crossed, very soon, you're going to be a world heavyweight or women's world champion. Right call, man. If anybody deserved it, it was Naomi. I can't wait to see what they do with it. I already did a video on what if Naomi wins, but definitely go check it out, because my video, I think, probably will not happen, but I think it's possible. So definitely go check out what I fantasy booked with Naomi in the Money in the Bank briefcase. But yeah, that was dope. Following that, I believe was Dom, Dirty Dom, defending his IC title versus Octagon Jr., which it was set up during the AAA pay-per-view. Which, by the way, speaking of AAA, they had a very solid show with the When Worlds Collide. I thought it was very cool, and I only got to see some of the matchups. Only like the semi-main event and main event. The Fatal 4-Way I thought was friggin' fire with Javon Evans, Ethan Page, Ray Phoenix. I can't remember the other dude. I'm sorry. And then the main event with Vikingo and Chad Gable, I thought was dope as well. Conan was fucking hilarious, because a lot of what he was saying is what I'll be thinking when I'm watching matches. I'm hearing the crowd talk about we want tables. I'm like, why would you want tables at a time like this? Like, what purpose does that serve? Like, I just love Conan. It's incredible. Like, you know. But and the AAA show was pretty good. The only thing is, with them buying WWE buying AAA, it feels it's just it's hard for me to fully enjoy the show, knowing that AAA probably will not be able to truly be AAA anymore. No different from when WWE bought ECW and WCW and what they did with that. I have a feeling it's probably going to be someone in that same vein. So I can only be so hyped for the AAA shows, because it's probably like it's going to be colonized. It's colonized. That's the nicest way to put it. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, Octagon Jr. versus Dirty Dom. It was cool. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I wasn't really paying attention. I was busy on a food run. But Dirty Dom won. I don't know what they're doing with Dirty Dom as of right now. I don't know what the plan is, but they need to figure out something soon, because I don't know what we're like. I think we need to break. I said it before. I say it again. They need to break up the Judgment Day. Have Finn and Dom battle over the IC title, and let's end the Judgment Day for good. Meanwhile, we got Liv, who had a tag team title. She was with Dom. I'm like, when is she going to defend those tag titles? Like, when is she going to defend them? I'm also looking at that. I'm like, what is it? Just, we got a lot of titles that just don't seem like have any clear direction. And we're about to go into a PLE called Night of Champions, by the way. Yeah, that was cool. That was whatever. Now, Lyra versus Becky Lynch was what everyone expected it to be. It was a fire match of the night. These two can't have a bad match. These niggas are like Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat on Rock and Austin. Like, they can't have a bad match, dog. Like, they went all out. There was some very close near falls. I think the closest near fall, well, there was actually two of them. One was both Becky and Lyra were on the outside. They were doing these finishers on each other on the outside, and it got to the count of 9. I'm like, oh no, these motherfuckers are not going to count. I'm going to do a count out finish. But they both got up, like literally rose up like the Undertaker and got up at like the count of like 8.5 and got into the ring before the count of 10. And then another one was the Rock. When Becky did the manhandle slam from the middle turnbuckle onto Lyra, and I thought this might be over here, and she kicked out. The match did end with Becky using the tights to win. She's your new women's IC champion. Again, I think this is the right call. It gives more value and prestige to the title. And they did the whole gimmick with Becky making sure that Lyra kept her word because she is a babyface, so she's going to keep her word. Rolls Becky's hand now or arm, and I was concerned. I'm like, don't do what you did to Cody at WrestleMania. Don't make her look like a bitch. Like, please give her some. I'm about to say give her some balls. That's kind of wild. That's crazy. But make her allow her to still look like a boss. So she raises Becky's hand, and then Becky's like, nah. All four sides of the ring. And then Becky's like, nah. Put the belt on me. And so by that particular point, Lyra does a German suplex on her. And shows that, you know what, I'm not no pushover. So I like that. I really like that. Because, again, I'm from the era from your Rock, your Austins, your Triple H's, your Foleys. Like, nigga, they weren't going to be no pushover, dog. Even like a Trish or a Lita, outside of, the Vince McMahon stuff with Trish and Vince. Like, they weren't going to be no pushover. Like, you ain't going to just be able to do whatever, especially like a Jazz. Oh, my God. You think you could do that to a Jazz back in the day in her prime? No. Nah, son. Or Molly Holly? Like, nah, nigga. Anyway, I thought that was a very great match. I do think I was surprised that we didn't get to see Bayley. I'm shocked that she didn't pop up. I guess they're saving her maybe for tomorrow night or maybe for Women's Evolution. They're going to wait for that. But I'm shocked we haven't seen Bayley yet. But I think you have to do that match for the title between Bayley and Becky. I think Lyra will be fine. Now, my guess would be that if anybody's going to take that title off of Becky, I think it's going to be Stephanie Vicure. I think it's too early for her to be going after the world title. If you're going to put a title on her and she is organically over, give her the IC title. So I think a few months down the line, maybe even as soon as SummerSlam, even though I think it might be a little bit too early, but maybe around there, you can possibly do that. So I'm saying as of right now, I think the person that's probably going to dethrone Becky is going to be Stephanie Vicure. Lyra will be fine. But in the meantime, we had the men's ladder match. The match was fine. It was cool. Again, it's not the best ladder match. Let me tell you something. Solo freaking Sikoa, dog. Like I've been down on Solo for a minute, but the work he's been doing over the past couple weeks or so, he had a like kind of like a showdown between his crew and Seth's crew, and just his mannerisms, and like he's such a comedic character. Like he's just funny, bro. He's just entertaining, dog. Like in this match, like he's almost being surrounded by the baby faces in the match, and he's going to LA Knight and be like, huh? Oh, Penta. Huh? Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I fucks with Solo, son. Like, I fucks with Solo, bro. Like, he's just freaking hilarious. There's no real crazy spots of note outside of like maybe one, which was super choreographed. Well, actually, there was a couple. You did have Solo be turned on. That's wow. That's crazy. Happy Pride Month, though. You did have Solo. Jacob Fatu did interfere because Seth's crew, Braun and the Braun brothers, what I'm calling them, the Braun brothers, came out to help Seth, and then Solo's crew, Jacob Fatu and JC, came out to help, which they did set up on SmackDown, so that made sense. So it was looking like Solo was going to win. Jacob Fatu was acting like he was going to help Solo, but then held him by the foot, by the leg, and then Solo was going up. Just Solo was like, why did my foot work? Like, what the hell? And then he was like, what? Like, Solo, dog. Hot damn. Like, just so. I can't believe I'll say this. I want Solo to have everything, dog. Like, he's just too entertaining. But yeah. And so Jacob Fatu looks at Solo and is like, I hate you, Solo. The whole crowd's going like, oh my God. And he takes out Solo, puts him through a ladder, and now we officially got a baby face Jake Fatu. So I expect that to be the match for Night of Champions for the U.S. title. Jake Fatu versus Solo, which Boy, Jacob Fatu, dog. That is going to be your next world champion by next year. I'm putting money on it. By next year, he should be having the Money in the Bank briefcase probably. I don't see anybody that's going to be anywhere close to be able to touch him. So, Jacob Fatu, just crazy that just a year ago, he just came out of nowhere and just organically and immediately got over. Like, that whole "I love you" solo, that was just something that he was just doing. Like, that wasn't even something that was planned or written for him. It's just Jacob Fatu, man. Give him everything, dog. But anyway, yeah, so Jacob Fatu turns on Solo. They do this choreographed thing to where El Grande Americano, like, climbs up a ladder that was on the outside of ring post and then, like, uses a ladder to get on another ladder with the help of Seth to take out, I want to say Penta. But then LA Knight does a back suplex from the top of the ladder on El Grande Americano. But yeah, that was cool. It, like I said, the issue with this match is the issue I had the women's ladder match. It was like some of the moves were it was taking too long to set up. Like the timing was a little off. So it was taking a while to set up certain spots. But it was fine. At the end, it was very anticlimactic. I'm not gonna hold you. LA Knight looked like he was going to win. I'm like, I don't know about this. LA Knight was about to go for the briefcase, but Seth Rollins comes in, takes him out, curb stomp. Seth Rollins wins. But yeah, it was very anticlimactic the way they did it. I think you would have been better off just having both Seth and LA Knight on opposite ends of the ladder, and Seth using maybe, brass knucks or something to take him out, or low blow him or something, and then Seth gets the briefcase. But yeah, Seth wins. It was anticlimactic, and here's why. Because they've been so adamant Seth's gonna win, that to me, it's very similar to 2014. To where it was so obvious Seth's gonna win the Money in the Bank briefcase that you didn't leave no room for the imagination. Like, this match, unlike the women's match, lacked star power. If you have a CM Punk or Sami Zayn in this match, or even a Jacob Fatu in this match, or Carmelo Hayes, people that it's believable that they can win, now you have more ability to believe that someone else can win. Therefore, Seth winning is not a foregone conclusion. But just Seth being the only one that I think was what's the word I'm looking for? Seth being the only one that could feasibly win outside of, and a lot of people hoped it was going to be LA Knight, like me, and I predicted LA Knight because I'm like, I give this motherfucker something. Now, I will say, if I knew they were going to do King and Queen of the Ring, I probably would have said Seth. Because I'm like, Money in the Bank, honestly, is something for a heel. It's not really for a babyface. Because a babyface cashing in while someone is not prepared is a very heel thing to do. And telling someone in advance that you're going to cash in is kind of stupid, in my opinion, at the same time. So I think the Money in the Bank briefcase always works better with a heel. And so it's like, if they don't give LA Knight King of the Ring, bro, like, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know who's even in the match. I know a lot of people like Karrion Kross. Look, I love Karrion Kross like the next person. That motherfucker ain't gonna be ain't gonna win no King of the Ring. You can forget that. If anything, he should be going for the IC title and winning that, like, legit. But yeah, if LA Knight doesn't win, like, I have two scenarios in my brain. Either LA Knight wins and challenges Seth when he cashes in, or they're going to do Sami Zayn, because it is Saudi Arabia, and do Sami Zayn versus Jay. Jay beats Sami, which will eventually lead to a Sami heel turn, possibly. And that's where maybe Seth cashes in finally. I don't know. But yeah, Seth winning the Money in the Bank was cool. Again, I think I referenced them before. Steven Larson made a very good point on a podcast about why this faction between Seth and the Braun brothers are not entirely working. It's lacking something. It's lacking chemistry. It's lacking character work. And how you do that, you do backstage segments. You do segments between Seth and Braun, Seth and Bronson, Seth and Paul Heyman, like they did with Roman Reigns in the Bloodline, so that we know the character dynamics of everyone in the faction. That's what made the Bloodline the Bloodline. They have to do that. As of right now, they're just a faction, but there's no emotional attachment or connection to them because we don't know what their connection or what their chemistry is as a faction. We don't know. So they need to really do something with that quick. What's so weird is Sami Zayn was telling Punk, oh my God, you gotta win this match to qualify, you gotta win to qualify. Because if Seth wins, it's gonna be the end of the WWE, And then he doesn't even show up. I'm like, if it was this important, it's a no disqualification ladder match. Just cost Seth the match. Like, he cost you your match, you'd be justified in doing that. Same thing with Punk. I'm like, why did y'all show up? That's kind of weird storytelling, but whatever. But I'm holding on to hope, the last bit of hope I have, that whatever they do with Seth in his briefcase will be something of significance and it'll be dope. We'll see. But last but not least, we have the main event, the tag match between Cena, Logan Paul, Cody, Jay. Didn't mean anything, no stakes, nobody cared. We all thought they're probably gonna do something at the end, probably a cash-in tease or something like that. And so near the end of the match, everyone's laid out. John Cena gets the belt, takes out Cody. I thought Cody was gonna duck it and actually hit Cena. I guess they're waiting to do that spot once they have the one-on-one match, whatever that's gonna be. And so Cena takes out Cody with the title, and then this random person in a black hoodie jumps Cena. I'm like, who the fuck is that? But then, because the hoodie kind of raised up a little bit, you can see a little bit of the back. I'm like, nah, them niggas ain't do that. Nah, there's no way they had Truth come back. Lo and behold, it's Truth. And it was a different looking Truth. It's a all serious, in the face Truth. He took that belt, hit John Cena with it. Cody Rhodes crossroads John Cena and pinned John Cena 1, 2, 3, which I said needs to happen. It needed to happen. If you're going to set up Cody and Cena in the near future, you have to have Cody pin Cena. And he did that. So I'll give him kudos for that, as well as I'll give him kudos for bringing back R-Truth. A lot of people are like worried about, but is it a work? Was it not a work? Look, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I don't care if it was a work, not a work, a shoot, not a shoot. But what I will say is, this is the same company that thought putting Travis Scott in the main event was a good idea at WrestleMania 41 between Cena and Cody. You think that same promotion was that smart to work us all with R-Truth firing? Come on, son. Come on, son. So, yeah, I don't believe it was a work. I think it was like, what's the thing that is the least, that will affect us the least in terms of WWE? Like, what's the thing that can affect us the least that we could do? Like, people are complaining about the ads. We're going to keep the ads. People complaining about, speaking of that, they did a fireball ladder. They had one of those ladders in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match have a fireball sponsorship. I'm like, God dang, nigga. Y'all niggas is hoes for real. Like, y'all, it ain't nothing wrong. I have a lot of, that was kind of crazy to say. Some of my best friends are hoes, but like, they are respectable hoes, nigga. Like, both men and women. I don't want to make it, both men and women, like, they're respectable hoes. Like, how dare y'all just be slobbing for anything? Like, y'all dead. But anyway, yeah, I think they looked at the complaints and everything, and they're like, what's the one thing we can do to get people back in our good graces? Just like with The Rock pivoting and turning heel and allowing Cody to still get his match at WrestleMania 40, they're like, let's just bring Truth back. It's like, might as well. So, it's definitely, I think that was a pivot by them. Shout out to them for actually doing a pivot, because if this was Vince McMahon, that motherfucker, like, we screamed for Punk for a decade and we ain't get that motherfucker back. So it's like, yeah, if that was Vince, that wouldn't have happened. But WWE, at least TKO, at least there's a small part to where they at least appear to try to fix a certain things. Even this one thing. Shout out to A. Marine. Shout out to her Tiny Desk. People are going wild on her about that. Anyway, yeah, they brought R-Truth back, but it's not R-Truth, it's Ron Killings, which is so funny because I was about to do a video this week on what if R-Truth won the WWE title, but it was more of the Ron Killings persona, not the R-Truth persona. And for those that don't know Ron Killings, go watch a video right now, or well, after this. Go watch a video on YouTube, TNA. It tells the complete story of Ron Killings in TNA. And let me tell you something. That motherfucker right there, boy, oh boy, that was a different nigga, man. R-Truth, Ron Killings in TNA, that was a different nigga, dog. That was a different beast, man. Like, so definitely go check that out. If we get that Ron Killings in WWE, man, I need that, bruh. Give me that. Gimme. I need that. I need that, man. I don't know how long Ron Killings is going to be there, and I don't want this just to be a thing. Oh, we hired Ron Killings, and then he sits down for 9 months. No, nigga. Like, if you like, just give him a Legends deal. Have him be a ambassador. Have him be an agent. Like, at least, nigga, like, he earned that much, dog. But yeah, at least give us a good 6 months to a year run of Ron Killings as a serious competitor. He can still be jokey, he can still have comedy, but I would love the idea of having Ron Killings give us just one run, kind of like what he did in 2011 with the conspiracy theory thing, even though that was kind of unhinged, of just Ron Killings being serious, being about business. I would love that, or at least for the summer. But we're going to see. I don't know what they're going to do with him. In regards to the Ron Killings thing, again, even though it feels like you don't have a voice, it feels like your voice doesn't matter, still speak up, man. Still make your voice heard, make your opinion heard. Now, I'm not saying going out here and just, cussing them out or whatever, but like, make your voice heard. Let them know how you feel when it comes to certain things. Now, you're not going to always get what you want. You probably 9 times out of 10 ain't going to get what you want. But make your voice heard, because you are the consumer. We are the consumer, nigga. We matter. We are what makes this thing run. So when all of us come together and like, hey, we love R-Truth, we miss R-Truth, R-Truth should still have a job, he should be in WWE, we see what happens. So that should give you a little bit of hope to be like, hey, sometimes it pays to just, wild out in protest. But speaking of that, shout out to LA right now, which Money in the Bank was in LA last night, and there's a lot of things going on. I'm not here to preach y'all, but what I will say is, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. And at the end of the day, they're counting on us to just not say anything, to just allow things to go on. No, make your voices heard. For all those people in LA fighting for justice, I'm praying for y'all. I'm with y'all. We're with y'all. And we pray that we can take down this fascist system, this tyrannical government that's trying to separate people from their families, trying to break people away from their families, rip them apart, acting like they are the rulers, when at the end of the day, they are on stolen land. The government is on stolen land. They are the ones, their ancestors, their predecessors are the ones that stole this land. When it was the Native Americans who are the real indigenous people. When it was us. When it was Latinos and Latinas that built this country for real. But let me know what you thought of Money in the Bank last night. Let me know what you think of the winners. Are you disappointed? Are you happy? What do you think is going to happen from here? I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen with King and Queen of the Ring. I have my theory on who's going to win and what's going to happen. We'll see. But like, comment, subscribe, share all the things of things. Welcome to the high beach. There's Hayes Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.